Look at all these men. They don't have the women that are shaped with BBL asses.
They got the women that's gonna float their boat.
No, it ain't gonna float their boat. It's less stressful.
No, what you mean?
It's less stressful. I just told you why it's less stressful.
It ain't less stressful. If you can handle a baddie, then you got a baddie.
Look, why do you think that a man wants to handle a baddie?
Okay.
Why do you think that a man wants to handle anything? Hold up. I've been out here all day. I've been working on this. I've been working on that. I've been dealing with this stress. I've been dealing with all this other. And you telling me when I come home,
and that's why you want to come home to
talking.
some fun.
Now, no. When I come home, I gotta handle you. I don't want to handle you when I come home. I want to have a soft, feminine woman at home that I don't have to handle. No, you always have to handle a bad bitch. Like you said, you can't handle me.
If you can't handle one, don't get one.
Don't no man want to have to handle no woman. You should already know how to handle yourself to where I don't have to. That's the problem. You want a man to handle you. Whenever you a woman, is supposed to already know how to handle yourself. If I'm already dealing with this in the streets, if I'm dealing with this at work, I'm dealing with my coworkers getting on my nerves, I'm working on a car, then I come home. Then I come home and I gotta deal with handling you.
I don't
want to handle it.
So you want a yes woman, right?
No, I don't want to handle it.
Okay, because I need.
One of these girls I know, her boyfriend died 1 month ago, and she's already in another relationship. If you think these women give a
for a generation that cannot find no good men, y'all sure are pregnant a lot. Now who the said that?
I know that look. Bro is considering it. Look at his face. He's thinking of jumping. He's thinking of just diving straight to the ground and ending it all. Look at his face. I know that look.
Okay, I want you to rate this woman on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, 9 or 10 easily. She's stunning. Okay, be honest. Drop dead gorgeous. Well, what if I told you that you look like her? Oh, so you think I'm fat?
Sally, you're my dream girl. Judah is so lucky to have you. No, I'm not your dream girl. You wanna know why? Because I have rules in my relationship that none of y'all could ever handle. First off, we share locations. Oh my God, you're losing your independence. You're not an independent baddie anymore. Girl, you signed up to not be independent when you signed up to be in a relationship, okay? You lost that right. I don't text guys, he doesn't text girls, no friends of the opposite gender. Throw them in a group chat. We keep each other updated on our lives and we make decisions together because it's gonna affect both of us. It's never my money, but our money. And oh my God, if I haven't lost you yet, we don't drink separately, we don't go out separately because what's the point? Nah. So I'm not your dream girl.
I'm suing him because he divulged what I told him in confidence, which was that I was unfaithful to my husband, and he went ahead and told my husband, who promptly divorced me and kicked me out of the house.
So why is it your pastor's fault that you cheated on your husband?
I thought what I had told him was in confidence, and I was looking to him for emotional help. I couldn't afford a therapist, so I thought, I'm depressed. And
did he help you?
He said that honesty is the best way to make myself feel better. And so he said, you have a month, tell your husband. Then one day they met at the gym and Pastor Hall just says that I was unfaithful, and then my husband comes home in a fury, and that was it.
And if you act like a, people will treat you like a. If you dress like a, people will treat you like a. If you're out here in these streets sleeping with everybody, unless it's been 10, 15, 20 years, I promise you, you will be in a cycle where you are used and rarely do those women get wifed by a high-earning, masculine, high-value man. They might get wifed by an Offset. Would you want to marry him?
You talking to me?
Anybody,
Absolutely.
any woman. No,
Absolutely
the answer
not.
is no. He's not. He's good for money. He's good for flash. But a husband?
No.
Negro, you stepped out on Cardi B so many times. It doesn't make you. You're high value. You're high earning. Do not confuse the two.
I feel like the issue is the women
Sorry,
need to know.
I was on a soapbox.
No.
I'm
But
just hurting for young women
needed.
today.
I feel like people need to know that what you're doing is wrong. If you're spreading your legs to every
It's not
cardinal
wrong.
direct, it is wrong.
No, it's not wrong. I don't want to misconstrue the message. It's not wrong. It's just not in alignment with getting a high-value, high-earning, masculine man. Okay. That's what it is. You will not. They will, for the long term, because it's another thing too. High-earning, high-value, masculine men, they don't mind playing in these streets either. They outside.
Right.
They are smashing what they want, and
Right.
it is a double standard. So if you want to be one of the women they smash, cool. You will be one more woman closer to him finding his wife. Okay. You will be a placeholder until that man has his wife.
So
I'm sorry.
So
am
the
I,
club.
men, am I telling the truth?
You know, you hear a lot of these complaints from women in these clips, and you just kind of step back and realize that men stop doing all the work. They stop doing all the work, right? Keeping something going by myself. If you're not putting in the same effort, if you're not reciprocating, there's nothing that's real there anyway. It's just me working. It's just me doing the work. So men have just started letting it go now without a big conversation. Oh, well, I didn't get any closure, and no, man, I didn't even know it was gonna. You wasn't paying attention. I guess your intuition ain't working, right? Not about to keep on chasing you. Not about to keep on running after you, or anybody who's already got one foot out the door. You out here trying to find the next best thing. Okay, go out there. You save me money.
What if you look like a fridge though?
So what?
You don't like it?
Okay, this is what I've realized, yeah, and this might be a hot take, yeah. As I've been on my journey of modesty, yeah, the reason why we are now obsessed with our bodies, yeah, is because the clothing nowadays is spandex, it's tight fitting. You have to have the body to wear the clothes.
Okay.
And on Fashion Nova or Pretty Little Thing, they don't say body sold separately.
Yeah.
So then you put it on your fridge, it doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
Because the body is what's for sale. Clothing nowadays is meant to actually expose. I genuinely feel like this is a hot take, and I've never said it before, yeah. When you actually put on clothes and dress modestly, and no one gets to see if your bum is the fridge or if the bum is big, it neutralizes. Modesty is the most female empowering thing for every woman. Because the only reason we're now obsessed with our bodies is because we're showing it more. Of course you're gonna compare, oh, it looks like before, back in the day, a bum is a bum. We go to, women go to the toilet with their bums. It's just a bum. It's made to cushion you while you sit down.
I want a big one though. I do.
Why?
Do you know what? Yeah, I go gym regularly. Yeah, when I'm banging those hip thrusts,
Yeah.
it's not for free. Like I want the bum.
Okay, but why do you want the bum?
I don't know. Good question. Why do I want a bum? Because it's juicy. It's
For
yummy.
who?
For
Touch
me.
it. Do you get to touch your bum?
Touch that.
You touching your bum at
No,
night?
I lift it to see
At
how
night,
heavy
like,
it is.
occasionally.
What do you mean?
Like at night, just to be touching.
No,
your
it's not
bum.
even. I don't think it's about me lifting it.
You wanna feel
touching
it back there?
No, I feel like when I have a nice bum, you caught me.
Your clothes.
My clothes fit better.
I feel like you have a very high expectation of femininity, which is fine. I don't think that you quite meet the standards of masculinity that I would see. And so I think that it's unfair if you're not going to meet standards of masculinity to have certain standards of femininity.
What are the standards of masculinity?
It goes far beyond like your financial income. I think that men should be fit. I think they should be strong, able to protect. I think that they should be mentally and emotionally able to provide. Not short-tempered would be.
I've been super patient this entire show. You guys have been a little feral tonight, not gonna lie. My patience was exhausted. Before the show, we give you guys instructions on our expectations of you. We say don't do sidebar conversations. We say all these things. You guys have been just completely feral. Like if you poke even a really patient person far enough, yeah, they're gonna get frustrated.
You have been a little bit short-tempered. My husband in 15 years has never even raised his voice at me. And I will say I'm kind of difficult. I will give him that.
Oh, well now we're talking about something different. Actually, let's explore this. You're difficult how?
I can have a bit of a temper sometimes.
Interesting. You have the temper, and your husband does what when you have a temper?
He tells me to take a breath and calm down a little bit.
But it's a behavior that you've been with him for 15 years. It seems like your husband has not laid a strong enough boundary in your relationship, which I think would actually indicate a lack of masculinity on your husband's part.
I strongly disagree.
Hold on. Your husband tolerating 15 years of, I have an attitude problem, I'm sorry. That's not masculinity.
He has never raised his voice at me. And the Bible calls for men to treat their women with understanding.
Proverbs 21:19. Better to live in a desert than with a quarreling and nagging wife. You just admitted that you've been, for vast amounts of your marriage, difficult.
Put some shorts on. You're like naked out. Respect yourself. Put some clothes on.
Actually?
Yes.
Respect?
Yes, it's very cold outside. You're like naked.
What did you say?
I said respect yourself.
Why? What do I have to respect myself? I'm wearing a jacket.
Why
I'm
to
wearing
respect
shorts.
yourself?
I'm wearing a jacket and shorts.
No.
What's your problem?
What do you mean? Your whole butt is out and you're barely wearing a top.
I'm wearing a top and my pants and my legs are showing.
This guy's clipping us right now.
You're clipping us.
I actually believe in this. I think you should respect yourself.
I do respect myself very much.
No, your butt's out.
My butt is not out.
Huh? I'm not baiting anything. I believe in it.
Just stop.
Actually, fuck you and fuck your fucking
I guarantee
shirt.
you.
Fuck you and fuck your fucking shirt.
You put the outfit on sober, so you can't blame it on the alcohol.
Actually, fuck you. What do you mean? I'm wearing shorts and a fucking top.
Okay.
Bitch, fuck off.
Very effective for someone who respects herself.
If a girl asks me how many sets I have left, not a problem. If you're a man and you ask me how many sets I have left, it's just different. Like, I automatically think you're my op. Get away from me. Why are you speaking to me? Goodbye, sir.
If a woman asks me how many sets I have left, not a problem. But if a man asks me, get away from me. Why are you talking to me? Imagine posting this nonsense to social media thinking it's a good idea, that you're going to get all this support and love, especially from women, because bashing men on social media for absolutely no reason is trendy and cool and a good way to get likes and attention. But of course, that doesn't happen. Why? Because that's not what the gym community is all about. The gym is a shared space, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with politely asking someone between sets how many sets they have left, whether they're a man or a woman. So keep your gender-based rage bait out of the gym. And if you can't, then stay home or join an all-women's gym. Train there. But until then, you need to do better. Mind your own business.
And it's not that I hate everything about feminism. I mean, obviously, I'm here for equality, duh. However, I think that there are man-hating feminists, and then there are feminists. I just think that those are two separate things, and I think the man-hating ones are corny. I think it's mad corny. I think it's mad weird. I think it's mad misandrist. And I make fun of that because that's something to be made fun of. Just like a man being a misogynist. Other men should be like, that guy's a freaking weirdo. He hates women. There's something wrong with him. That's exactly what I'm doing in reverse. I'm calling out misogynists. Hey, there's something weird about this girl. She hates men. That's crazy. That should be called out, not applauded. I know that some of y'all are really, really hurt by some of the men in your life, but that does not mean that we applaud misandrists. That does not mean that we applaud misogynists. Nobody should be so hurt by the other gender that they are just rooting for their downfall and oppression. That's insane. That's insane. Neither gender is superior. We are two halves of the same coin, and we should work together in order for us to succeed or even continue on this planet. Why do I have to preach that to people? This is crazy.
Something about it saying I'm him just throws me off. Like, if you him, then bounce your ass then. Cause that's just like, I'm him. A grown man, I'm really him. You really can bounce that actually, little sister.
I've said before that a law making mandatory DNA testing at birth is a terrible idea, but men decided they wanted to argue with me, so I'm going to readdress the issue. Mandatory paternity testing at birth is a terrible idea. If you choose to get a paternity test at birth, that's on you. I truly do not care. Mandatory is the key word here. Mandatory DNA testing would mean that every child born into the United States, plus both of their parents, would need to be tested at birth. You're not seeing why that's a bad idea? One, that's going to lead to the government storing our genetic data. They're not going to take every single American's genetic info and just throw it away. Two, imagine a man cheats on his wife, God forbid with a teenager. What do you think he's going to do to her when he realizes she's pregnant and he has to do a DNA test? But we don't care about endangering women or children's lives, right? I know. And three, who gonna pay for it? Because the government sure isn't, and I'm not paying to get a DNA test because you too scared to ask your baby mama for a paternity test. The real solution here that a lot of people don't want to hear is to stop having sex with people you don't want to create a family with.
Just say you don't want women to have to be accountable for this and just call it a day. Why are we even talking about this? Lady, all you're trying to do is avoid accountability for the women. I do agree with your last point. People shouldn't have to people they don't want to have a baby with, which is true. But this is why we need the DNA test, because people are going to do that. And when it comes to women and having babies, they can lie about who that person is they did it with. That is the whole point of mandatory DNA test, because in most situations, these people are married and they have no reason to believe their wife is out sleeping with somebody else. So it isn't about being scared. You just don't know. She even tried to say, what if a man who was married had a baby by another woman, and let's say the other woman was a teenager, what do you think he's going to do to her? Number one, you're talking about something that's not going to happen a lot. I'm talking about men sleeping with teenagers when they're married. That is a very small percentage of men doing that. And just to be clear, if that teenage girl went in there and said he's the father of the baby, he's going to be tested if it's mandatory or not, because she is basically accusing him of having with a minor. A mandatory DNA test just means they're going to test the man that she's claiming to be the father, the child, and the mother. That's it. They're not gonna just go around testing random men. So if the woman never claims a man to be the father, he won't be tested. The only thing this is going to prevent is the man who she claims to be the father from walking around believing that he is the biological father of that child. That's the only thing this is going to do. So you can miss me with that whole argument. And the whole government is gonna steal our DNA thing is ridiculous. If you don't believe they have access to our DNA right now, you are out of your mind. Between hospital visits and all the blood work we get over the years, they already got everything they need, ma'am. So you can throw that out the window too. So let's just call it what it is. You don't want women to have to be accountable for their decision, and you're coming up with every way you can to try to defend this. But I hate to tell you, ma'am, it is not working. It is just making me think that you've pulled this stunt before, or you know somebody who pulled this stunt before, and y'all don't want anybody stopping the infinite money glitch and this mental and emotional chokehold that y'all have had over men for hundreds of years.
I think the problem that a lot of these modern women are having is that men stop trying to explain themselves to women. They already made their mind up. Right? You're gonna do what you're gonna do anyway. You're not listening. Right? You decided that man wasn't enough even before he finished his sentence. Even before the man's walking up to you, and you didn't already decided that you didn't really want to engage with him. So men see that coming now, and they just don't bother. Right? I'm not engaged. I'm not bitter, and once again, I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. Not trying to get defensive, but I'm not going to be sitting up here trying to change your mind. Oh well, I put him in the friend zone, and he didn't even try to get out. Why? For what? I got better things to do with my time. I'm walking off. I'm doing other things that I want to do with my life, and I know you probably don't like that, but that's going to be the way it is. Period. End of story. You're not about to keep on trying to make me sit in front of you like this is Game of Thrones or something like that. You just sitting up there tapping your thumb or whatever and whatnot. I got stuff to do with my life.
Being a man is having to walk down the street to the grocery store, accidentally having to walk behind a girl who's also walking to the grocery store. So then you start slowing down your walk because you don't want her to be creeped out or be scared. So because you want her to just go to the grocery, do your thing. But you are also going to the grocery store. It turns out she's also going to the grocery store. So you walk into the grocery store, you happen to go up the same escalator, and the reason why you went to the grocery store is because you wanted the sushi from the grocery store, but she already walked to the sushi section in the grocery store. So now you walk around the entire store pretending like you're buying anything else, but like you're really not, because you just wanted sushi, but you don't want her to be like creeped out or anything like that. So now you're just walking around wasting time until she's out of the sushi section, so she doesn't have to be freaked out. That's what being a man is like in today's age. Anyway, y'all want anything from Ralph's?
Are you looking for an assistant or a girlfriend?
Are you looking for a husband, a boyfriend, or a bodyguard?
I just want a partner. I want a friendship. I want somebody to grow with me.
Are you looking for a boyfriend or an ATM machine? Are you looking for a boyfriend or a pay pig?
I don't care about money. I support myself.
You definitely care about money.
I mean, you said you want a guy to pay for first dates and be a provider.
I'm financially independent.
Okay,
I don't
so you
need
date
a
a guy
man.
who makes...
I want a man. I don't need a man. I want a man that has drive and motivation and like wants a career for himself, but I don't expect his career to be like rich.
I don't know if you're realizing how like circular and how like completely your logic is. I think I think your values have not quite fully been defined, and I don't really know,
because the value is based on the connection I have with that person. I'm not going after money. It's not about that.
You said earlier that you could be like 3-4 dates in with a guy, and that if Mr. Worker whore comes back and was like, I will commit to you, you'd be like, okay.
I believe when women stay with a man because they see potential in him, it's mothering them. They see potential.
No, that's a toxic mindset, and I love you, but I'm glad you said that, because there's a difference between potential in action and potential in theory. And I think that a woman should be okay with a man that has potential in action, and I don't know why women, so many women, especially black women, want a finished product.
No. Talking about potential in theory.
Why is it that a lot of white women will go to college, meet their man, that young man doesn't have all the answers.
Right.
That young man doesn't know the plan, but they're willing to ride it out and grow with that man because there's potential in action. Whereas we want the man that makes $5 million a year, drives the Rolls Royce Cullinan, that has the multi-million-dollar house, that has. Well, this is the thing. If he already accumulated all of these things, then why is it?
Why does he need you?
But not from the space of why do I need you because my business is good, but do you actually appreciate? Do you have the nurturing? Do you have the effective communicative way to actually be of value to that man? Why would he choose you? As opposed to all of these men out here that have a plan and they're in action, but they just haven't gotten there yet. What's wrong with that man?
There's nothing wrong with that man.
Well, why do so many women, they're like, he ain't made it yet. Okay, you haven't either.
Yes, it is true. If a man dates a white woman, he will date a man.
Yeah, you heard correctly. If a man dates a white woman, that means he would date a man. Would you believe me if I told you that post went viral on TikTok? Hundreds of thousands of likes, hundreds of thousands of comments of women agreeing with the take. So much so a woman said that it's scientifically proven for that take to be true. Sweetheart, what institute would ever fund an experiment so moronic? Help us understand. Not only have some of these women lost touch with reality, they have lost touch with common sense. And as sad as it is, we can't save them. There's literally nothing we can do. Between the BBL injections, No Child Left Behind, the CIA, Nissan Altimas, all these women randomly becoming real estate agents, we're literally outnumbered. There isn't anything we can do to stop this run. You literally have to allow them to crash out on their own. And I can assure you, if you ever try to talk any sense into them, they will sassy, clock it, and period your ass to death. It's not worth the fight. You gotta keep the change.
Dating in this generation is a humiliation ritual for men. And honestly, my heart actually breaks for them. Because for women, honestly, I feel like it's pretty straightforward when we're dating. Like what you see is what you get. And that is just not the case for men in the dating scene. I mean, I'm seeing TikToks all the time about guys talking about the struggle, and honestly, I get it.
You know, you had me in the first half, but what's this? Me getting ready for the boy I'm about to ghost after our date. And what's this? When boy number 3 invites me out, but boy number 1 might be getting off work soon. Blair, see, your problem is that you think men are stupid. I feel like the term grifter is usually pretty overused, like people just use it to describe anyone who makes money off of anything, but this girl is the definition. See, the original definition was a swindler. They're tricking you. They don't actually believe what they're saying. And that's exactly what's happening here. At some point, she switched her content to saying things that she thought men would want to hear, like women versus accountability, broke women using men for meals. But literally right after this video, why would I be at the club? My future husband's security is so important to me, is this one. So that did not in fact stay in the drafts, clearly. So your future husband would be disrespected by you going out to the club, but apparently won't mind at all if you're shaking your ass on a public platform to be memorialized forever for anybody to see? That don't make no goddamn sense. By the way, I don't care if you want to shake your ass or show your stomach online. It's just that you probably shouldn't make an entire account talking about how bops are ruining society if you're going to act like a bop. It's a bit antithetical, you know, a little bit intellectually inconsistent, right? But you don't need me to be your PR guy. I mean, you know what you're doing. You're gonna find that future husband who just loves women-hating, hypocritical, anti-bop bops. Yeah, he's out there. I'm sure of it. Good luck, honey.
Dad, what is it like being married? Right now, I'm busy. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, don't go away.
What? What do you mean?
You just told me to leave. Yeah, don't ignore me. Now apologize.
Apologize for what?
I know what it's like to be married.
You know what's funny, as I look at a lot of these clips, modern women get mad at men for asking what men or what you bring to the table. Like, what is it that you're going to be doing? Like, what's your body count? And women get mad at that. But women do stuff like, okay, are you gonna split the bill? Or are you gonna be a gentleman and pay for the whole bill? Are you gonna pay for this? You're gonna pay for that? And they make it into this whole character test. And men just stop doing it. Men just stop hanging around. Okay, we're not going to dinner. Honestly, you can say whatever you want. But modern women play too many games. Oh, that's a man with bad character. I don't care what you say at this point in time, right? If a man suggesting something reasonable makes him look bad before you even know his last name, then the whole thing wasn't worth doing in the first place. It's not worth doing in the first place. So at this point in time, men are keeping their money. I already know you're going to play some stupid game. You're going to do some stupid test. I don't care nothing about that. I'm keeping my time, my energy, my money, and my dignity. And going to find somebody that wants to treat me like they respect me. And I ain't going to jump through hoops and all this other stuff. Number one, I don't mind jumping through hoops, just as long as when I'm done jumping through those hoops, you now in turn give me the answers that I'm looking for. And modern women aren't doing that.
So nowadays, men say they're the prize and they don't chase. Does that mean they want the princess treatment too? Because wanting to be pursued, chosen, and prioritized sounds real feminine to me.
When men learn early that birthdays aren't really about them, they fall in line and save themselves a lot of headache. A smart man is going to learn that birthdays are about appreciation, but appreciation expressed someone else's way. And if they're lucky enough to get something for their birthday, it's usually not what they wanted. It's what their woman think they need, because of course she knows everything and she knows him better than he knows himself. It took me some time, but through experience, I have learned that men tend to want simple things, something practical, something they would actually use, something that would make their life just a little bit easier. But typically, we women, we don't look at it that way. We are very performative. We want to put on a show. And by the time we're done, the man's birthday is not about him, it's about us. And that is the problem.
At that particular time, a lot of girls, they see my face on TV so many times that that's what they want. They want to be associated with that person. It's the fame that get these people. It is not me. It is the fame. Because I watched females look at me when they didn't know who I was, and I could see it, nothing. And then as soon as somebody whispered who I was, it's this glare in their eye. You make yourself want that person, you know?
How do you feel about that?
I don't understand how people could stand next to you 1 year, and next year they cannot stand there. They just going crazy screaming. They just can't take it that you're right there. But just last year, I was in the same club, walking around lonely like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't get a date. Couldn't get nobody to dance with me. I was too skinny, too something. And now he's just adorable. He's just, oh.
I try to stay away from helping women in this regard because women don't like constructive criticism from a man. But I was having this conversation with my wife the other day, and I figured I'd tell you, and so I hope it lands. But I played sports my whole life professionally at the highest level. And so one thing I learned as an athlete playing sports is, and all athletes could tell you this, if the coach is coaching you hard, if the coach is being tough on you, that coach cares. That coach is invested in you as a player. That coach wants to see you win. That coach is invested in your well-being. If that's happening, you're in a good spot as a player. Now, all athletes could tell you that if a coach is not saying anything to you, if that coach is not even criticizing you, that coach does not care about you, gives two shits about you. And so you apply this concept to relationships. If you're in a relationship with a man and you care about that relationship and you want to see that relationship become successful, if that man is criticizing you constructively, if he's giving you feedback, if he's making you aware of your blind spots, if he's saying, hey, watch out for this, watch out for that, don't do that, I think this works for you, that's a good thing. That person is not trying to control you. That person cares about you. That person is invested in your well-being. That person is invested in your personal development. Don't trip. Now, if you have a man sitting by you and he sees you and he's not saying anything to you and he's not trying to criticize you, he's not interested in helping you get better, he's not saying anything to you, you may feel comfortable, but you should be worried because that person don't care. That person does not care about you. He's not invested in you. And that person is checked out, so it's only a matter of time. Now, I'm only here to help. I'm telling you this because a lot of you guys think that when a man is giving you constructive criticism, that person's trying to control you, or that person doesn't know what he's talking about, But I'm telling you, if a man is giving you constructive criticism, and I'm talking about a man that you like and that you're in a relationship with, that's a good thing. Don't trip. All right, you should trip when he's not saying anything to you. Do what you want with the information.
It's so many women that want high quality men and they want to be married and this is that and the third, right? Y'all ruin it. Y'all blow relationships with quality men because y'all don't know how to be in a faithful, committed relationship. Y'all don't know how to shut down the outside attention from men and just focus on one man. You're really keeping the doors open. You're really keeping your options open. You're not really having the time to bond with this man versus him. He's really trying to get to know you, right? He's really focused on only you. And men are really not that complicated. If they want you and they choose you, they're really going to focus on just you. It's like, yeah, y'all talking back and forth. Like, all of a sudden, your pattern changes. You ever just notice that when a female cheats, she don't just cheat and break up. She cheats and she leaves that relationship and goes on to another one because she's been cheating all along. If you want to know if your girl is cheating, tell her to turn off her social media.
When people say I should be nicer to men, but this is modern chivalry.
Like, actually? Like, actually. I can't believe he actually let the door slam in my face. That's actually crazy.
Okay, so this chick is mad pressed because I guess she was expecting this guy to do the thing where, like, when you're holding the door open, you look behind you to make sure that no one else is coming through, which I personally do and I recommend doing no matter what gender you are. It's just a general courtesy. But my question is, why was she recording? That's always the first question I ask in these situations. Why was the phone out and why were you recording? Because now I'm wondering if you did this on purpose. Like, if you were literally just waiting out to run out at the last opportunity so you could get this, like, victimhood on camera. Because this looks avoidable. Because from our angle, it looks like the guy just did not bother to look around at all, leaving the door to slam in your face, which, yeah, maybe not the most courteous guy of all time, but also, that's not mandatory. Good thing you're not dating him. Bad thing you absolutely had to have your recording phone in your hand instead of in your pocket or a bag so that you had absolutely no way of catching the door as it closed. And this is the difference between a person who is grateful for random acts of kindness versus a person who simply feels entitled to random acts of kindness to the point that they don't even have enough self-preservation to take care of themselves. They just expect everyone else around them to do that for them. Like, unless you made eye contact with him, why would you assume he even saw you? I don't know, y'all. What do you think? Do I think it's typically a good habit to look behind you when you're opening a door in public? Absolutely, I do. But if there is no eye contact, man, this is just Darwinism. Just be glad you didn't spill that whole drink all over your dumb ass.
I just got home from a date. We were going to an event and dinner. We did not make it to dinner. He just dropped me off at home. I'm back home. I've been gone for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm back home. And I have a friend coming to pick me up right now. I just asked him to take me home. You know the amount of times I have wanted to do that while on a date and I didn't, and I just sat there and grinned and bared it. A guy does something or says something or is something that I just don't jive with, and I stick around because it's the polite thing to do. No more of that, girls.
Why is this a video? You're 39 years old, honey. 39 years old, you're making a video about this? You're not some like 23-year-old dim-witted TikToker. At least we hope not, right? That you're not in that mindset. 39 years old. And you know what? If you looked back in time and you went back, say, I don't know, 30 years. At 39, a woman would have, be married, have a couple of kids and a dog. Would be an adult.
I really do hope 5 girls make it through.
Which makes the guys' odds even worse, if you think about it.
You think 3 guys should go home?
It is nothing against guys.
Why does gender have to play a fact in somebody's elimination for $5 million? Shouldn't their character and their ability be the thing that pushes them forward?
No, I have a strong connection. The girls are in a pod, the guys are in a pod. You've gotten to know the guys.
But I don't care if a girl or guy moves forward. You do.
We're done with this conversation. Yeah.
I think one of the things that's probably the funniest thing to me is that men have stopped explaining their life to women who show up with opinions about how he should be living it. Modern women, for some reason, they think they the Supreme Court judges, and that every man needs to report to them on what a man is what he's doing, how he's living his life, right? Maybe not wanting kids, not wanting to be alone, or not wanting to live alone, I may want kids, I may not want kids. I may want to live in Washington, D.C. I may want to live in Oregon. Oh, where the men at? Wherever I am. I don't got to tell you that.
Would you let me take you on a date?
Yeah.
Where you want to go?
Paris.
Paris?
Paris Steakhouse.
Oh, Paris Steakhouse? When you want to go?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? I bet you got to pay for it, though.
All right. I'll take you on a date.
Would you look at that, y'all?
Hey, y'all.
She actually took me out.
I did.
Tell him, did you pay for it?
I did.
I told y'all, anything possible.
Have you seen on Twitter that they'll have a picture of this handsome dude and be like, yeah, he like did all this, and then how many girls he matched with, or like they don't even care?
That's insane. Like if a guy's been, but dude, let me tell you something about girls, myself included. We love to give people the benefit of the doubt. Girls would read that and be like, at least he's honest.
Bro, that's so insane though. That's
Green
so
flag.
insane.
Girls in a girls group chat, like at least he was upfront about what has happened. Like, you know, you can just cut the chit chat. He's good looking. Match made in heaven.
All right, so we got Char, Houston, 42, Sagittarius, cybersecurity, one child, that's 14. In Houston, what kind of man you looking for, girl?
A provider mentally, physically, and financially.
Okay, so he pays your bills? Like, what do you mean by provider?
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
So is he paying your bills and his bills, or this is when y'all get together, pay bills?
When we're married. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want to pay no bills?
No, I don't.
Okay. What is your money? Are you gonna still be working?
Yeah.
What you gonna do with your money that you get from your job?
It's my money. I'm gonna do whatever I do with it.
Should he make a certain amount of money?
$250,000.
$250K. Your child's father made that?
What does this have to do with anything?
It's just a question.
I don't know what my child's father makes. I don't ask him that.
Do you make $250K?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
I'm at my night clothes because I'm about to go to bed.
Okay, we see you, girl. All right. And the maroon. Now, would you date a man that made less than $250K?
It can't be significantly less.
So $100,000, that's way too less.
Yeah.
Could the guy have kids?
I'd rather none, but if they do, okay. If they do, they can have no more than 2 and over the age of 13.
Okay, so he can have children. You don't mind.
I really would say 0, but yeah.
You have a 14-year-old.
I know.
So you want a man that makes $250K, that has no kids, and wants to be the sole provider. That's what you're telling me? You got an email address?
Kendra, go on somewhere with that shit.
You got what? How I get it to you?
I don't need, girl, go on somewhere with it.
Download the Kendra G Singles dating app now, where you can find real love and your person. Available on iPhones and Android phones.
Girls always take credit for a dude when he's like the best, right? It's always like behind every great man, there's an even greater woman, but you never hear behind every man that committed atrocities is an even more atrocious woman. Like Hitler's girlfriend, she sort of gets off the hook, you know what I mean? I was saying if she existed right now, she would have like a blog about how to spot dating a narcissist. Eva Braun would have a podcast with Anne Frank about how they're both victims.
If your body count is under 50, do me a favor. And go outside and live a little bit.
She said to go outside and bust that coochie wide open. Yeah, that's what she said. Why is your body count at 50 to begin with? You are already your self-esteem is on the floor. And she's encouraging you to now walk all over it. 50. And she's telling you that you haven't lived enough yet. If you ask me, you've lived too much. You are doing too much. You've done too much. And you need to stop. If your body count is at 50, you should never get into another relationship. Ever. Just stay single for the rest of your life. I mean, you're already in a situation, but you don't have to make it worse. You don't have to listen to women like that and have no self-respect. Love yourself first, okay?
Facts, but you can't sound and talk like this and get no king, just street. I like street. Don't get me wrong to think that I can't get a king. Y'all kings is unattractive. Y'all ugly. On me, let's keep it honest. All y'all that want to treat me right, I don't like y'all. I'm not one to settle. I'm not settling. You gonna look good when you beside me. I don't give a. I don't care. I'm sorry. I could find good, but those good be ugly on me. That's gonna treat you the way you want to be treated. You don't like. I'm not settling. What you talking about? You gonna be a trick? You're not finna be my man. I don't give a. So if that gonna leave me unhappy, I'm finna be unhappy. I'm gonna be happy with the money that I make.
Men want a family for the sake of male validation.
Just another day in the office. Viewer discretion is advised.
Here's my unpopular opinion. They want a wife, they want kids, and they want the family unit, not because they really like those things, but because they want to impress other men. I think when you have all of those things, it kind of elevates your status as a man. Not only does it elevate your status in society, it also elevates your status socially among other men.
This is arguably the dumbest thing I've heard all week, but here we are. I've never met a man in my life that say, yo, I'm about to go get a wife, kids, protect and provide for them for the validation of other men. Ever in my life. Keep in mind, if validation is what he wants from other men, there are so many ways to go about it. He could be a player in the streets with a lot of women. He's going to get validation from men. He could be a gangbanger. He's going to get validation from men. He can build a family. He's going to get validation from men. Some of these things are just by default. They come with the package. It's within the territory. You don't have to actively be seeking validation in order to receive it. There will always be something respectable and honorable about a man that takes care of business, let alone provides for his family. Because as men, we all know that is not an easy task to perform. However, men are not doing that for the validation of other men. We are doing it for the validation of the people that we care about most, which is our wife and kids. We look at that line of duty as an obligation to us, and our reward for doing said thing is to see them happy, it's to see them do wonderful things in life, it's to see them live comfortably. We can give two fucks about the validation of other men. That's the least of our concern.
I think this is like the ultimate status symbol for men, showing that they made it in life. I think men really like the idea and aesthetic of having a family, but they also don't want to take an active role in raising kids, for example, and they want to be as passive as possible.
It's unfortunate that we even have people that think like this, but here we are again. Now, despite her starting off 10 steps in the wrong direction, there is one part I can actually agree with. That is the ultimate status symbol for a man. To have a happy, functioning, healthy family with a woman that loves you and you love her back, and a set of kids that love y'all and y'all love them back. Now, as far as you saying that men just like the idea of a family and they don't actually like being active fathers would be complete foolishness. Do men like that exist? Of course they do, but they do not speak for the majority. No different from the women that don't actually want to be wives. They just want the ring, the wedding, and the title. They don't want to actually fulfill their duty. They just want the glitz and glamour that come with marriage. Despite those kind of women existing, I know that's not the majority of women, so I would never make that kind of a statement. And this is exactly why your statement is complete. You're taking that small percentage of men and trying to draw out a large picture that's going to represent all men, and we refuse to accept that. But to conclude, men do not have families for the validation of other men. Men actually want to be active in their children's lives, let alone their families' lives. And the moment some of y'all get off the internet and go outside and try to meet and understand men, you'll realize that a lot of those things that you thought were true are not. But despite everything I said in that video, she ain't gonna listen to nothing I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
So if I get angry with my daughter and I have a temper, she will check me because I dealt with the situation in a way that shouldn't have been dealt with.
But your daughter can check you?
She will say that. I teach her to say, like, if you feel like mommy was being real mean, raised my voice, had a temper.
It makes sense. The father isn't in the home, right?
No, not.
And this is why it's very detrimental to kids when they are being raised by single moms, because why does a child have authority over the mom? That's nonsensical. The child at a very young age should not have any authority over the parents, because those are the years where they need mental development, physical development. They don't need to be the parent in the home. They need a parent. In a 2-parent household, if the child isn't listening to the mother, the father steps into place and then corrects the child.
Right, I
And then
get that.
also corrects the child and say, hey, don't speak to your mother that way, or I'm gonna whoop you. No more PlayStation. No going out with your friends. It's gonna be some type of disciplinarian action that takes place. But basically, y'all swapped. You started playing the child's role, and the child started playing the parent's role. And that's what leads to the destruction of the youth. This is how children end up having a problem with authority, because in their younger ages, they are playing the authority role. So then they get pulled over by a cop. They're talking back to the cop, not listening. Now they're in handcuffs and they're in jail because they didn't comply and give their driver's license, because they felt like, well, I don't even listen to my mom. I gotta correct my mom. What makes you think that I'm gonna listen to you? You're not my mother.
You know, a lot of modern women are upset that men have stopped explaining what they're doing, where they're going, who they're going to be with to women. Men, ages 28 to 40, where you going to be at? Men over 50, where you going to be at? Not talking to you, not bothered with you, not around you. Oh, I'm looking for the men that's going to do this. Where the guy that's going to do? Not around you. Not bother with you, trying to stay away from you. And modern women don't like that. They don't like that. Modern women be acting like they the Supreme Court. they on the bench somewhere. They sitting on the bench, waiting on you to approach, put you on trial. A jury of women acting silly. Not doing that no more.